Hi guys, let us write a small program based on object-oriented programming. So we have to write class, and then this is something which we can decide what we want to write, and then school name is equal to ABC school. Now we have executed that cell. Now what has happened is a class named school has been created. So what is class? Class is basically a keyword, reserved word. We have to write exactly the way it has been written. What is a school? A school is a name with which our class will be identified. Right. Okay. And what is a school name? A school name is nothing but it is a class attribute. That's it. And of course, the value of that attribute is what? ABC, ABC school. So ABC school is a value, school name is a variable, and this is called class attribute. That's it. Now let us try to understand how we will use this. See, we can create any object or any variable that will contain this stuff. So we can write something like this. A is equal to school and open parenthesis, close parenthesis. Now what this A contains? This A contains school name. If I write A school name, it will print ABC school. Okay, correct? Now, now, fine. Can we create another variable with school? Yes, we can create. Now there are two, but this B also will have same thing. So no matter how many variables I will create of a school, it has got only one attribute, and every variable will have only ABC school, ABC school. This is what is happening, correct? We can also access this AB school by writing school.abc school. So basically school is class and its attribute is school name. And any object like we can call this A and B as object, or we can for the time being we can also call it a variable. They will always contain ABC school. So we can also write here, let us add city, which city it is. So maybe we can write it is there in, say, Bangalore. Now what happens? When we created A is equal to school, it will have two attributes. One is school name and another is what? City, Bangalore. Even now B we created, B has got ABC school. If I say B city, then again Bangalore. Correct? Now school dot school name, that is class dot school name is ABC school. Likewise, if I say school dot city, it is Bangalore. Right? So let us recap the whole thing. We have created one template. That template name is school. That template has got school name, that is ABC school, and that template has got city, that is Bangalore. So if we create any variable of this template, that variable will contain school name and city, and that is what is happening. A has got school name, A has got city, B has got school name, B has got city. So every variable or anything that we create of a school, they will get these two attributes. These are called class attributes. Okay, these are called class attributes. So let me correct this. Okay, we have to write. mm, Let me write like this. Okay. Now, so far so good. Can we expand this stuff to include something interesting? Yes, we can do that. Now if we create many variables, every single variable will be ABC school and city Bangalore. So we can create as many variables, or you can call it object, right? It will have that. But this is not interesting. Let us make it interesting. So suppose A is an object. Maybe we will say this A is actually a student who will have his or her own name and age, and we want to store that. So B may be another student whose name and age we would like to store. So what we will do for that? For such things, we can use this programming technique. So how we can do that? So let me bring this down, okay, and expand on this. Now we will say that this class has got one function which stores data. Store info, and then we will write, it will bring name and age. Okay, and this name or age will belong to a particular student. So we will say student here. Okay, now just see what is going on here. We'll say student dot name is equal to whatever name is passed. Student dot age is equal to age, whatever will be passed. Now let us see. We will create one student. We'll say student 1 is equal to school. Look, when we write like this, now student 1 has got what? Student 1 will be having school name as one attribute. Run that. Student 1 will have another attribute, that is city. And then what we can do is we will invoke this function. How we can invoke this function? We can write school dot store info, and we will pass student 1 to this student. So student 1, and this student 1's name is say John, and his age is say 20, 15 years. So what happens, we do this. This is very interesting. Now let us understand. See, when school.store info, this method got invoked, I pass student 1 to this student, right? So what I pass here, student is equal to student 1. Name is equal to John, and age is equal to 15. So what is happening? I am saying student name. That means what is the student? Student 1 name is equal to John. Student 1 age is equal to 15. Okay, so we have done that. We have already executed. Now, if I say student 1 dot name, what will get printed? John. How it is printing? Just see. I have passed student 1. It goes there and becomes a student. This John goes there, it becomes name. This 15 goes and becomes age. Now I am saying student dot name. That means what? What is a student? Nothing but student 1. So student 1 dot name is John. Student 1 dot age is age, that is 15. That is what I'm getting. So if I write like this, and if I say student 1 dot age, I will get John 15. Correct? Let us create another student. Now this time we'll say student 2 is equal to school. That means we are creating another variable. That means we are creating another object. Now what we will do, we'll say school dot store info. Now student 2 will go, and then we will write Julie and 12. Now what happens? See, now student is equal to student 2, name is equal to Julie, age is equal to 12. Now what I'm saying, student dot name is student 2 dot name will be assigned Julie, student 2 age will be given 12 as age. Now if here I invoke student 2 dot school, see this is school name, it will be common, right, for both the student. And for student 2 dot city, same, right, for whether it is student 1 or 2. Why? Because this is class attribute, it is general for all, common for all. But here things are changing based on what I am passing. If I am passing student 1, name and age is getting assigned to student 1. If I am passing student 2, then name and age, whatever is going along with that name, will get assigned to that particular student. So now I have student 2 name as Julie and student 2 age is 12. Great. So we have stored two students' name and age. These two things, school name and city, they are common information shared by these two students, student 1 and student 2. So why I am writing student here? It is a common name. Student 1 goes and this student will becomes student 1. When student 2 I have sent, this becomes student 2, and data got already stored. Whenever I want student 1, I will get student 1's details. Whenever I want student 2's details, I can get. Anytime I want, I can print. But that is about only two names. What if I want to store hundreds of names and hundreds of the details for hundreds of students? If I want to store, we will do, we should be able to do, then only it will be interesting. But before that, we should be able to print that data nicely. So we'll say print info, and we will say what? We will say student, and then here what will say? Print like this, name, we'll say student name. Okay, then here let me close this with inverted comma, and here we'll say print this, and we'll say age, right? And then we'll say here student dot age. Okay, and then there are common thing, right? This will be common, but we have to anyway print. We'll say school. What is the name of the school? We will write school dot school name. Why we are writing school dot school name? Because this belongs to this class. This doesn't belong to any student. So we'll write school dot school name, and let me, we have to write braces, otherwise it won't print. Okay, braces done. Now here what we will do? Copy, paste, and I will make this as city, and here what I will say? City. Okay, let me put it like this. See, now what happens? It is going to get more and more interesting. I execute this. There is problem. This double has to go. Now it is okay. Now just see. Everything anyway worked. Now what happens? When I say I have stored student 1 and student two's detail. Now what I will say? I will say school dot student 1, right? School dot print info. Whose info? I'll say student 1. Just see what is happening. When you say school dot print info, what happens? This print info student 1 is coming. Then I will say school name is common ABC, city common Bangalore. Now you say student. What is get copied? Student 1. It will say student 1's name. Then student 1's age. Correct? Then see this. This is student 1. If I write student 2, what will happen? If I write student 2, what is happening? Now student 2 is getting copied right here. Student is equal to what now? Student 2. So school name, school city, same. But student name is what? Student 2 name, student 2 age. So now that Julie will get printed, correct? Right? This is all about only two names. But what about storing many names and many ages? So let us have some imaginary names and some imaginary age. So what we can do is let us write something like this. We can we can create say 100 student, nothing but object. These things are called object. Let us remember, let us get into technical jargon now, right? This, when I am saying student 1, I created one object basically. This is what is called object. Now, it is very important to understand the applicable terminologies. Okay, that is very, very important. So, let us create 100 names and their associated imaginary age. So, how we will go about it? Just see. We will say import numpy as np. Okay, what we will do? We will say np random choice. Okay, and here we'll say a b a b c d e f g h I j k l m n o p q r s t u v w x y z. I suppose, I hope everything is printed. Okay, anyway, we can also take a count of this to make sure that it is 26. Okay. Hmm. Oh no. Oh no. 26, correct. We have considered all alphabets, and now what we will do here? Okay, choice from here. So we have to convert this into list. See what happens when we create list? Every single character will be broken into pieces. So when we do this, what happens? This becomes like this. Okay, just see what is going to happen here. Now I will say take 6 characters, 6, and then I will say close. Just see what is happening. It will come like this. Okay, then what I will do, I will say now do one thing, simply join all those characters. It will become like this. Then you'll say do one thing, capitalize. So when we capitalize, what happens? It becomes like this, as if this is a name and the first letter is in capital. Now, not one name, I want 100. So what we will do, we'll say for I in range 100. Now we include this like this. This is list comprehension, right? Just see what happened. Oh, we got 100 names. Very good. Likewise, you'll also have 100 age. So let us store it as name. And then age, what we will do? 100. We'll say random, rand int, and they're all school students. So we will say, okay, most of them probably will be uh, between 12 and 16, something like that. And we will say, please give 100 numbers within this range. So that also comes very good. Let us see age. Age looks like this, and name we have already seen. Very nice. Then what we will do next? We will zip it. Name, age. Okay. It has created an iterator. Then we will say, please create list out of that. Great. So we have all these names and ages. Now what we will do is we will start creating these many objects. Just imagine that this is one student and it is his or her age. Another student is that because we created John and Julie, right? Now we have 100 students and their respective age. How we will create this? See, remember, whenever we were creating, we wrote like this, right? Student 1 and school. That means what? For every name, we have to have this, correct? For every name, we have to have this. After that, for every name, we will invoke store info. And for every name, we will invoke print info, correct? So let us see how it happens. So there are 100 names. So this is, let me remove this. Okay, let me put in a variable called names underscore age equal to, okay, done. For every name, we have to have that created. This, this statement has to come for all the object. So what we will do, we will create a list, okay? And every element in the list will contain those names and age. How we will do that? Let us see. We have to have that created. That will get this, all these methods it will get, because when I'm creating for one student, it gets these two attributes, class attributes, and it gets two methods, right? So let us see how we can do that. We will create something like, say, we will say student. Okay, let me not, I'll say objects this time. Okay, how many objects we have to create? 100, right? So how we'll create? For I in range 1101. Then after that, what? We will write school and just open bracket, close bracket. Correct? When we do this, objects has got so many class definition. So when we write like this, when we write like this, and if you see student 1, it will be something like this. Correct? So exactly that is what it is, 100 of them. What next? See, next what we did, having created the student, what we wrote, school dot store info student1 name and age. This is the format it has to go. Let us see what we will do for hundreds of objects. What we have to do, just see. We will say for I in range 100, this object 1, objects, right, 0. Correct? What this 0 will have? This is talking about the first object. Then we will say what? Here what we will say? We will say school dot, what is that info? Store info. Store info. Then what we will do? Okay, school dot store info. After that what? This is object 0. Bring it here, right? And then pass. What we will pass? See, this name age is there, right? This name and age is there. Yes or no? So for this, what we will do is we can say enumerate and name underscore age. We will go through all of those in one shot. Okay, let me finish this. So we will say object is 0 is coming. Should I write 0 like this, or should I write I? We can write I. This enumerate will bring I. Okay, and then name age, how it is going to come? We will say J, and here we will say J 0 will be name, J1 will be age, and then you send it. See, school store info objects 0 is nothing but this object, and then we will say J0 is nothing but first name, J1 is nothing but the age belonging to first name. If you will do this, then see what happens. Wow, forget about this none. Okay, because equal to sign nothing, I can also write something like dummy. There is no use of that. Let it be. Now we can query what? Objects. See, object 0 will have what? Object 0 dot, we already invoked, right? We will say print info. See, ABC school, city Bangalore, name is first name, first. So if I write 1, that is second student, second student. Can we print for all of them? Yes, why not? For I in range 1, 101. And then we'll say print what? Objects I, and then I'll say print info. Is going to print for all the students. Look, we created objects for 100 students. So 100 is saying school, city this, name is this, age is this. Okay. So why are we printing none? From where none is coming? Okay, none should not come. Okay, got it. So none is coming from here. When you print here, right? Print, it is returning something, right? That none is coming, that we will have to handle, because we are printing here also, printing there also. Don't write here. Don't write print command here. Directly invoke, because print command is there. So simply it will come. See? So if we want a space after H, then what we will do? We will go here and write print deck like that. And now invoke this. It will not bring. We have to write from the beginning. We have to do create object. See, all name, age, all hundreds of them. We can store even thousands of real list out of range. Why? Because there are 100, right? So don't write like this. Write 100. Now there will not be any problem. See, all the names have come. You want to check whether this person is last or not? You go and check name underscore age, give 99. See, this guy will come. NGMOWP. Correct? If I write 0, so this is ZF. Let us go and check whether the same name is there or not. Yes. See, ZF. Correct? So this is how we can create objects. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the upcoming video.